Okay, so welcome to another game of Star Wars. We are up to session number 77. Still surprising they've let me run 77 games with them and haven't killed all of them yet. Or they're me, one of the two, so it's done well. And it is Season 6, Episode 5, and they are 17 days into the new game year. They are on the planet Lotide in a Imperial research facility which they have just escaped from after a massive gunfight, being captured and then breaking out in the middle of some sort of dangerous situation. At the table today we have Peter.
Greetings, I'm playing Sergeant Gum Von Jewel, Human Quartermaster for the Alliance. Yes, last session we were miraculously saved by the intervention of a Sith, which seemed a little bit strange.
Sith happens.
Sith do happen. And this is the first time my character's had any interaction or any anything to do with a Force user whatsoever. So he was a little bit freaked out. And hopefully it'll never happen again.
Next up we have is, at the table, is Mike.
Hello, I am playing a Gungan pilot named Brum Brum Crash from the Panorama Mountain Raceway. I'm 2.2 meters tall with a pink and purple mohawk. I'm an ace pilot and computer expert.
And only slightly banged about by someone throwing a grenade in your lap.
My coordination was off on that day.
Usually, but it was a thermal detonator.
Usually a lot more coordinated than that.
Well, hey, if someone is taking out an entire squad of security forces and there was no threat to their own people, why wouldn't you toss a thermal detonator?
Yeah. Don't stuff around that.
Next online we have is Mark.
Hi, I'm playing SR Heavy Weapons Specialist doing his own theme song. It goes big do 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 do. Okay, so that's it. But I'm here to leave the second party again. I'll find out I wasn't here last fortnight, but I heard I did wonderful things. So.
Unfortunately, your character didn't witness most of what happened. Next up online we have is Kesley.
Hello, I am playing Kayana Capier, the martial artist of the group, former leader, now following along with what she can to kind of redeem herself as a Mandalorian. And a little bit worse for wear at this stage, as she has a grievous wound that does need attending to. Which is a bit of a problem. And more just like, alright, we hit the thing, we hit our way out of there. I got hit a little too hard, but I continued on with my skill of almost dying and not dying, so it's all in a day's work for me, apparently.
Next online today we have is Ross.
Yes, I play Coward, the droid tech, cyber tech, assassin, gadgeteer, enforcer of the group. And also, basically, the person who normally gets taken out first. Basically, the person who soaks up all the shots, so the rest of the group can actually perform their duties.
Well, you might have turned the tides if you had made it across the room.
Yeah, activating a heavy weapon would have been different. Would have been totally different.
Okay, did anyone want to add anything to the recap?
I just want to again point out the fact that due to my fantastic and considered, I guess, heroism, I was able to save the entire party.
Okay.
And I almost single-handedly took out the entire group.
Actually, yeah. There weren't many left at the end, that's for sure.
So the GM has rolled for everyone's ability to use points.
Oh, boo.
And
I'm guessing it's all dark side.
I managed to get 4 dark side points to 3 light side points.
Oh my goodness. I will add to the recap. So Ash and Thea went off to do their own portion of the mission while the rest of us were trying to figure out, alright, we need security badges, we need to get downstairs, we need to get the things. So we get the med droid, we gave him the designation N33DL5, so Dr. Needles, to do checkups on everybody, which means that they all get passed out with lots of stuff. And I'm sure Ash was very thankful that he was not around, because I'm sure Dr. Needles would have offered him a checkup and Ash would have given away our position. So doesn't matter. We head downstairs as things kind of happen, and you know what? Our cover gets done just about right away, because you know what? They have cameras. They see what we're doing. And we kind of shot them dead. They were at first using non-lethal shots, and then we killed them, and they're like, oh, never mind. So there was a couple bombs, thermal detonators that went off. Kyan got hurt. Berman got hurt. Carla went down almost immediately. And...
I went down before they decided to change from stun.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm the one who actually went first. Then they shot me.
Yeah, and then they got you down.
Yeah, which gave you enough time to actually get into position.
So the commander and the lieutenant of the place essentially took us mostly down for the most part, but then there was, as everything seemed to start going bad, Garm just trying to get us to where we need to be, and thankfully there was a distraction on the lower floor, as there was now talks of the rest of the force and this person wielding a red lightsaber took out all the lights right as Garb was being interrogated. And so, according to Garb, he got us out fully. We got on the personal carrier with some friendly scientists that we met from the session before. We got out, so now we are out of the base. Got all the objectives that we were supposed to get at the base, and now our mission is to find a way off the planet.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so to start with, you have, if you can see it on the table, there are 2 little vehicles there.
Ooh.
Representing the vehicles you have jumped upon to get out of there.
Cool.
And I will add one in there for Ash. Having secured a vehicle from another part of the building.
Was it the tank?
It was not the tank.
Oh, no. There. Okay.
So you're currently in this adventure called Black Ice. Which was released in 1990.
I don't know how I feel about that because it's older than me.
Hey, I've got many adventures that are older than you.
Yeah, I know.
The D&D campaign you're playing in had stopped producing stuff before then.
Yeah, I figured.
No, I think it actually got to 93. I think it's got a few things that were released in
Well,
93, but that
I was
ended.
born March 93, so...
So as you were born, it stopped producing material.
Yeah, because it knew that, like, this is all that she wants. Don't need to make any more.
That's making me feel old.
I know, right?
Well, hey, I was born at the same time Star Wars was released around that point.
Yeah. Same.
So I think it was a full year beforehand. So while they were making it, I was around.
Yep, I watched it in the US, and then I watched it when we came here back to Australia.
I saw it in 1980 as the first movie I can remember seeing. Well, none of the other movies I saw had an impact anywhere close to that.
No.
So, as you're heading into the swamp, who's driving the land speeder and who's driving the major vehicle?
Not me.
I guess I'll drive the.
Because Ash is driving the speeder bike.
Yeah, I guess I'll drive
Yeah.
the.
Who's? Yeah,
Battle
so
bike.
who's on third and what's on second?
Yeah, I mean, I think we all got, well, other than Garn, I think we all have skills in piloting. So if Burger's doing one and Ash has his own, I can do the other.
Okay, so does Vroom Vroom Crash grab the fast, speedy sports one and leave the slow, cantankerous one to the other character?
Yes.
Okay, that is what I'd ask.
How many people does the fast one hold, and how many? Two.
You could call
Are there weapons mounted?
Nope.
Nope.
Both of them have, well, one of them has a weapon on it, which is not the fast one.
Okay. If you don't mind, I'll.
Sure.
Which means that, Kesley, you're the designated driver of the barge.
I think that's fair because I am a bit injured, so I'm sure that I would rather be driving right now.
Which means that, Carly, apparently you're the passenger.
Okay.
So are you going to, there is, I'll have it have the forward gun if you'd like to be sitting at the forward gun.
Is the forward gun operational? That's the last thing.
It can be, yes.
Yeah, I'll be in the forward gun just in case. My gunnery skill isn't that fantastic, but i.e. non-existent.
Okay, so as you're tearing off into the swamp, you can see emergency beacons start coming off the side of the Imperial base. Well, that does happen when you shoot a lot of people up, cause explosions, and then steal their stuff.
I mean, it took them long enough. I guess I had to get the power back on.
Well, you have a feeling the beacons came on when the power was cut out, you know.
Yeah.
Emergency. Not stating the nature of the emergency, just that there's an emergency. And, Vroom Vroom Crash has no problem keeping up with Kayana. The major problem you have is keeping your vehicle slow enough that Kayana can actually keep pace with you. You know how you have some of these things that have scales to indicate how well you're going? You're sort of literally sitting at 1% and trying to maintain 1% on the accelerator.
It's actually pretty difficult
It's-
for a very high performance vehicle.
It is extremely difficult.
Yeah.
And
That's why it has cruise control.
cruise control doesn't kick in until after you go past 10%.
I'm keeping my eyes open for, well, into the sky. I'm looking for like TIE
So
fighters.
as you guys start heading off into the swamp, seeing a bunch of beacons, that is the path. You see a armored speeder bike come into view with Ash on the back of it. And it is a fairly beefy speeder bike. Stormtroopers don't ride those things anymore. He can literally take a full shot from a person's weapon and keep going, whereas most speeder bikes, you can just shoot down with a pistol.
I'm still in my scientist outfit, is that right?
What was that?
I'm still in my scientist outfit, am I?
Most likely still in your scientist outfit, yeah.
Okay, I can show how, tough I am now. I'll just do a flex kind of thing on the bike.
Okay, so he does do his heroic pose as he's also having trouble keeping pace with Kayana's extremely slow vehicle, which is currently at full bars.
We're pushing it as much as we can.
It doesn't help that you've it normally has a passenger capacity of 6, and you've got 20 people on board.
Yeah, we're doing the best we can to go through a literal swamp.
And every now and then you do hear it bounce off the water of the swamp.
Oh wow.
This is more of a fan boat at this stage.
Okay, so I will get Kayana to do a computer check as she's driving.
Computers? Oh, those gonna be terrible. Alrighty, 3 green.
3 green.
Versus 3 purple.
Do we want to flip a point?
I will flip a point, please.
Alright. Alright. Get one of those. Make it one of those. Flip one of those.
Okay, so
Oh, no.
you end up with 2 advantages on that one.
Yeah. I'm trying my best. Thank goodness we had the yellow one.
Yes.
So, as you're driving, you can pick up from the sensor system of the skiff that it detects other vehicles. But of course, they're the vehicles that are with you, it's obviously those.
Oh, obviously, yeah. I guess as we're flying the best we can, seeing if any, like hastily asking the other scientists and stuff. Closest, safest ground to get to, or
5
which way?
Follow the beacons. There's only one starport, one settlement on this planet.
So just follow the beacons. All right.
Which means that they could literally just wait for you at the other end.
Yeah. So we'll just try to get there as soon as possible. Because I think speed and movement is to our advantage if we wait around. I don't know how safe it is. So we try our best, go as fast as we can.
Okay.
Safely. I'll put that.
I will give Gum a computer check or a perception roll. The perception roll will be harder than the computer check.
I think my computer's is better than my perception.
Well, as riding shotgun, you actually get access to the sensor system. Yes, your computer is definitely better than your perception, as you have 3 yellow dice.
And, can I assist with computers?
Well, you're currently driving.
Oh, right, okay. So, what's...
3
Yes,
yellow,
3 yellow dice, and it will be a red and 3 purple.
Do you want to roll?
I'll let you roll.
Okey-doke. So, checking.
Well, if he's not upgrading, then I'll make it 2 red and flip one of them over.
You get to make that choice before I get to make that choice, though.
Well, technically, if you are happy with the roll. Then I get to make the choice. Normally, once I've said the difficulty, it's a bit late, but I try to give people a chance.
Blanky Boy comes out. I don't understand the rest.
So that works out to be 3 successes, and that would be 2 threat.
Purely random.
So Gum ends up with some strain. He's now on 7 strain, having 5 rollover from last session.
Thanks, mate. Very understandable. The character is
As
feeling
you,
the stress.
you pick up the fact that there is a squad of swamp scouts heading your way.
I'll over the comms. I'll let people know. Puppies and kittens, gentlemen, and ladies.
And
And you
In the
pick up,
swamp?
You pick up 5 vehicles.
5 vehicles full of angry Imperials coming our way.
Alright, so Carla to keep an eye out, get those guns hot.
Okay.
How comms share between these vehicles or not? Oh, we have our own comms, don't we? That we share between each other?
Well, I don't believe you came in with comms because you're trying not to draw attention, but you can use the comms of the vehicles.
That's what I assume.
I'm just still a bit sassy because they're Imperial vehicles. I might hold off there. Yeah. I'm suspicious of anything Imperial. Imperial. Yeah. So on the assumption I don't know anything about these scouts coming towards us. So.
Does anyone communicate to the others?
What others?
Well, you're in anything with Brum Brum. You've noticed that there's a bunch of 5 of them coming. You've told Brum Brum.
No, I over the communicator.
Then yes, Ash does know.
I'll tell everybody. Unfortunately, I may also have told the Imperials that we know that they're coming, which would be bad, but...
Well, the easiest way to find out is, does the music start playing up? Let's break the 4th wall.
Shall I increase the music for you then, just to make you feel better?
If you don't have license to Madonna, you can't be as cool as Deadpool.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I guess
here's
like
one thing to
we're
put
still
on
dressed
there.
as scientists.
Is that what they are?
Not sharing over columns. Only really like talking to colors. Like keep an eye out, get the gun hot. But we are scientists
Bloody hell.
evacuating the base. Is my plan.
So
If you want-
you can sort of see that on the map there for you. I can even zoom it in a little bit if you'd like.
Oh, is there a map? Oh, there. Okay, yeah. I see it. Yep.
I see a great range. Looks like a package container.
So is that easy for you guys to see?
Yeah.
Don't worry. Each of those is about the bulk of all 3 of your vehicles.
Oh, fun.
We're in so much trouble.
And they do have, each of them have 2 sets of weapons on them.
Yeah, they are. They do.
Yeah.
Are you armed?
Yes, he's got 2 arms.
Pew-pews?
We would only have
Pistols.
pistols that we
Stole.
stole from. Yeah, so we're using pea shooters versus machine guns, basically.
They are personnel weapons on their vehicles designed to shoot large animals, interrogate people, and rebellious teams.
Can you pilot a vehicle and fire at the same time?
You can.
Okay.
That's what star pilots do.
But I mean, with a hand pistol.
You can, but then that increases difficulty because you take the worst of your driving and piloting skills to represent your dice pool.
Even with that, you're better than me. So yeah, that's fine.
They do the equivalent of your dual wielding. One you're wielding a vehicle, and one you're wielding a weapon.
I slide down in the chair to as little of me as possible over the.
Well, to be honest, you do have the windshield and some protection there. Apparently, though, the miniatures do have the head sticking out above the windshield, which shouldn't be what happens.
No, I'll.
Though you do have the old man figure representing you at this stage.
Yeah. Probably not far from the truth.
Can I borrow Sonic and use a can opener?
Yep.
So, your plan is to bluff them.
Yes. If they approach and stop us, what I might do is over comms is I would say
I just can't spin things.
it looks like the rescue team for the evacuations here. Everybody stay calm.
Okay, so our former fearless leader is going to do a deception check. Let's see how well
Yes.
she does.
Let me double check what my stats are.
Thank you.
Not terrible. 3 green, 3 blue.
Yep.
What?
Our former fearless leader is doing a deception check.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
What was that?
3 green, 3 blue.
Do you want to flip?
And do we have one?
There's one left.
I would
Why
like
did
to
you flip
please-
one of them? Theirs over for mine, or you flipped it the wrong way?
Yes, I flipped it the wrong way.
So flip 2 back.
Right. Okay. So there's 3. So
I would like
yes,
to use one, please.
flip 1. Right.
Okay, it will be 3 red.
To add to this.
Mhm.
Right. Okay.
They're not exactly expecting good result.
Oh.
Okay, so the blue didn't turn out to be anything, and so that turned out to be a single advantage. So
I don't know what that means.
that means you failed to convince them, but you feel really good about the fact that you now have no strain.
That's nice.
So we're not going to fire on their mind because that would be absolute suicide.
It
Well-
would. Even if it failed, I would hope that I conveyed the message well enough to Burburum, Garm, and Ash to not fire. Otherwise, we will die.
Right.
Even Brum Brum and Ash would be going. Yeah, that's probably not wouldn't have convinced us not to fire.
Nice.
Ash does have anti-vehicle weapons on his speeder bike. It's actually a military assault bike.
So we send Ash in as the meat shield and decoy and fly away.
Feels mate, this is a team thing, not a just send bait out to let everyone else live. Is that what I'm hearing?
You mean you don't want to score all the kills this time?
No, I think we should follow with the original plan, which I don't know what is because I'm only hearing things over the comms. So I assume that we are pretending to escort this train from space.
To be fair, what you heard over comms was not very convincing, and you know Kayana.
So what kind of reply are we getting back from these guys?
They don't seem to be replying to you. I will give your character a... let me see what's a good one to use for your character. I'll do warfare for your character. Your warfare damage. Because that will give you a lot of other information. So for Gum, that is 1 yellow, 2 green, versus 3 purple.
Do you like to flip a point?
I don't mind either way.
So yes or no?
No, I'll say no.
Then I'll flip one the other way.
Right.
You suck.
Yeah.
And
You
So that
do
means a
or
purple
do
becomes
not.
a red.
a purple.
A purple becomes a red, yes. Because the thing is, otherwise you don't get points to spend on other things.
Yeah.
The idea
You gotta
is
make it up.
I have to spend them.
And
Yes. Inside of that great helps. Okay, so that is definitely a failure with 2 advantages.
Mike, your game is off tonight.
yeah,
Everybody's triumphs.
yeah, haven't had one yet.
Okay, so I will give our Ash a perception roll to see if you can notice what's going on. What is Ash's perception dice?
You crap. 2 today.
Versus 3 purple.
You flipping a point?
Nope.
Then we'll flip one the other way.
I don't want.
And one of those becomes red.
Okay, so that would be 2 strain for Ash as you're listening into this comms and not getting any response.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Could I do a warfare check? It would confirm whether these bikes are built for. Oh, you know, I'm just using my kind of soldiery background, and I want to work out whether these are. Would these used to be used for patrol, threatening?
Sure, that would be 1 yellow, 4 green versus 3 purple.
Yeah.
And I've got a thing called
1 yellow, 4
seen a lot of things. So if I fail a knowledge check, I gain 3 advantages on the next turn.
1
Okay.
yellow, 4
Okay,
green.
alright.
Which would have been good if you'd done that before the perception roll.
No, that's all right. I didn't know. I didn't thought about it afterwards. I'll be honest about
But
it.
if your next check is piloting or attack, you get 3 advantages if you fail.
Yes.
So 1 yellow, 4 green, 3 purple.
Yep. Are
Are you
you?
flipping a point?
Nope. I want to.
Then I'll flip one.
Yeah, I know. I thought he would flip one. Yeah.
How many are white?
5.
Most of them.
Only 2 more to go.
Yeah,
Yay!
Okay,
Oh.
there is a triumph.
I told you I'll eventually get there.
Okay, so that makes it success, a triumph, and 3 advantages. Okay, you realize that all the vehicles are set to default channel by standard operating procedure, and no one switched to the encrypted channels, of which you've probably got to put in the you've got to put the code in to actually select the right channel.
Gotcha. Okay. Would I know anything about these ships? Are they more kind of? Are they more just scout vehicles, or are they more attack kind of situations? From my, I want to know if were these just be just doing a patrol compared to the chasing us kind of thing. From my knowledge of these ships.
Well, considering you've been told there are 5 ships coming towards you which you can't see yet,
Yeah, okay.
From where we're going to, or where we're coming from?
from where you're going to.
Okay. Well, it makes sense.
They would most likely be patrolling the outside perimeter of the base with enough firepower to handle creatures and or people.
Okay, so over the open comms,
Mm-hmm.
my character... Oh, actually... No, sorry. I don't know that, so I'm not going to do it. So I won't.
So yes, you're sure that they are communicating and potentially listening in, but because you're not using their today's frequency.
I'm going to start talking just over the open frequency, going, you know, approaching ships. You know, please be aware. You know, we're coming from the research area. We've lost power. You know, we're all scientists. Apparently, all of the security personnel have been either killed or injured by what we believe to be a Sith
Or Inquisitor would be more
Inquisitor.
likely.
Okay, an Inquisitor. We're in need of help. Please, help.
Okay, I will give you a deception check to see how well you pull that off.
My character's not particularly great with deception, because that's not how he rolls.
But hey, your
Use a
deception
point, please.
is 1 yellow, 2 green, and 3 blue, which is not bad.
3
So
blue.
we flip one.
Flip one.
Yeah.
So that makes it
And
2 blue.
Otherwise, that jerk of a DM would
Yep.
flip a red.
Versus.
And I will make it 3 purple, because at this stage you're doing more believable stuff by throwing in events that happen.
Although, my thoughts were listing the Inquisitor might be a bit of a... You fucking what?
Well, it would be enough to make them go to hell.
Count. Oh, another triumph.
Okay, so you got a failure with 2 advantages and a triumph. So you managed to do a very good thing, but you failed to convince them that you're just a bunch of scientists.
Okay.
And so, what would you like to spend your triumph doing? What special, non-successful thing did your triumph achieve?
I
I
would maybe suggest, if you are open to it and you can decide your own, you could convince them that an Inquisitor attacking the base was real, or some type of Force user attacking the base was real.
Basically, if I can, I'm hoping that since we're such an obvious non-threat, that only a very small number of the actual ships themselves will come in to take us prisoner, whilst the others will go on to the base to see what's what.
Okay, so over the comms you hear something click into your channel and tells you to switch to channel 1138. Okay, and you start to hear the Imperial chatter about talking about how there seems to be a crisis happening at the research center. The reactors have gone critical.
Holy shit.
They're basically issued a major evacuation of the region, warning away the patrols not to approach, and that there appears to be someone running around with a red saber killing everyone.
The Inquisitor. Yes, that's the one.
And he says, keep on your line, we will scan you, and then we will send some support to help the stragglers.
Thank you. Anything you can do to help is greatly appreciated.
And of course, if you don't check out, we'll just end you there.
Shouldn't be a problem.
Sure. Not a problem.
Okay,
Why
so
would there be a problem?
Exactly.
3 of them seem to zoom past on the scanners
Mhm.
as 2 of them come slowly into view, weapons aimed in your direction.
Yep.
As they are sitting either side of the lane.
So these 3 have all buggered off.
Well, I imagine that with the slow speed of the over-cargoed ship, they're just either going to follow us all the way to town and have us land somewhere, or you're going to stop us here and check out what's what.
Okay, you did get over the comms. Complaints about the slow-moving transport. They do not believe it will make it out of the blast zone in time.
No!
And so you do hear them start suggesting tow cable.
Again, anything you can do to help would be greatly appreciated.
Absolutely. Go for it.
And they're recommending taking all the scientists to the secure holding facility for questioning.
Yeah.
So you see both of the speeders pull up beside the overloaded vehicle and shoot grappling hooks into it, or magnetic hooks into it. And then they start dragging it along.
Nice.
Okay.
So Kayana doesn't have to do much in the way of driving, just steering.
That's good.
Even at full power and being towed, you're pretty much going at about only 10 times your normal speed.
Yeah. That's not very good.
And
10 times 1 is better than
Yeah.
1.
Especially if it gets us out of the blast area.
and at this point, Brum Brum Crash has moved up to 2% of his throttle.
Ah.
Do you like some of these ones to compare, or you?
Oh, I'm good.
You good? Do you want any something?
If I now have a little bit extra brain space, am I able to tell how many people are on each of the other speeder ship things?
They have 2.
They have 2 each.
2 each. They're
Okay,
designed to have emergency backup as needed, or just gunner.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna let them get us out of the blast zone first, and then yeah, we'll kind of wait and see how things go.
They're talking about it might be close.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not talking out loud about this. I'm kind of just eyeing it, being like kind of clocking them a little bit, and then maybe getting eye contact with Khaled so that I could maybe like psychically tell him my thoughts, but mainly just observing for my own awareness.
That's something that the facing forward, is that correct?
They're all facing forward at the moment.
What's waiting there?
Okay, so you do hear them suggest picking up the other vehicles to try to get it out of the blast zone.
If I know how to do it off the speeder, I'll give it a go.
Well, as in the other 2 pulling it as well.
Well, the speeder bike and Brum Brum Crash's speeder.
Right, okay.
Do we have the ability to do so?
Well, they can literally fire grapples onto you guys and basically have you guys out in front,
Yep.
in front of their guns.
Yep.
Like a sled.
Sounds great.
Look, it saves the blast area, I'm happy to do that.
Yeah.
Does it say Ash Rudolph?
Well, if his nose is glowing red, you might have a problem.
It's usually done next to it, usually done, but yeah, okay. But no, I will play the part if I need to. So.
Okay, with gunning your vehicles to a higher push to the point they're straining, you actually see Kesley's vessel showing it's now traveling at 150% normal speed.
Come and help me watch the gun.
It's going about 60 to 80 k's an hour.
I'm sure this is completely safe for this thing.
Well, on the bright side, all you have to do is push most of your energy into lift and let them tow you.
Yeah.
Seat belts on.
There are no seatbelts. It's an Imperial vessel.
Okay.
Standing room only.
No safety regulations for Imperials.
There are literally no seats.
Yeah.
You have to
It's just a
stand.
standing barge.
It's an actual barge.
It's an actual barge.
Wow. Okay.
And that's why it doesn't go over a certain speed, because it's a barge.
I'm so glad I am not on it.
You've got a seatbelt and everything.
Yeah. I put that bad boy on. Make sure it's nice and tight.
It's very different than the party barge. Oh. What was the name?
Okay, so as you're going along, you hear the sound of blaster fire in the background. Except it sounds more like Ash's pet blaster. Except of a larger caliber.
We can't see anything.
Well, you can see flashes in the background.
That big gun you're talking about, or
Someone's firing a heavy repeating blaster of some kind.
oh,
And you get the sound of explosions coming behind you, and people talking about someone's attacking them.
I feel really amped right now because that the sound of heavy blast just makes me feel happy. Okay, so
Go away from it. We don't want to look at it.
and it's still the sound of it it just makes me feel better. So yeah, it's called, what do you call the fetish? I don't know. I'll leave it up to you how you want to describe it.
And all the vehicles you saw heading towards the base have disappeared.
Alrighty.
Apparently someone came along and took out all three of them.
I'm guessing with the big gun that we were seeing.
I was thinking the special gun that I used that time, but that's okay, man.
Okay, so you're approaching the edge of the swamp. You can see the actual smoothed area they've left for the drive into town. You're still about half a k from town. As there is the sound of a explosion echoing behind you as the whole behind of you lights up. It almost seems to light up across the horizon.
Duck down.
I think we need to get out of here as soon as possible. I want to get rid of our lovely escorts, but I also don't want to take the time to pause. I think we just need to rush along to get into town as soon as possible, is the way that I'm feeling. And I am wondering how my compatriots may be feeling at this time, as I can only talk to Carlin.
Well, there is all the scientists on board who readily agree with you.
Yeah.
And then give you 18 different options on how to solve your current problem. None of which sound feasible because you don't have the personnel, the gear, the experience, the time.
This is the problem with research work and practical work.
Yeah. What is it? Rescued by a committee.
Too many eggheads, not enough arms.
Actual experience.
One of them does suggest rerouting all power from the weapon system to the engines to give you more thrust.
I think that is a good idea.
And they're sure they can do it without electrocuting everyone on board.
I will ask
only did that
Carla to
once.
do that. Not that I don't trust the scientists, but I will ask Carla to do that.
Okay.
I think you just don't trust the scientists. I'm not there, so I can't say for sure, but I'm pretty sure about that.
I'm just waiting for the blast wave to hit.
Yeah. So what's your mechanics, Carla?
Oh, mine's 3 yellow, 2 green.
3 yellow, 2 green.
I will upgrade.
1 green. Flip that. 1 yellow versus
2 purple.
2 purple.
It's not a particularly hard thing to do, but you can still mess it up.
Yes, but you can still get 4 triumphs. Oh, Jesus!
What the hell? Oh no.
So you ended up with 2 successes and 1 strain.
You are off your game tonight.
Yeah, Jesus.
I don't know you anymore, Mike.
Yeah.
You need to get like a lucky rabbit's foot. You need to knock on wood. You need to do something there, bud.
I'll try that again.
Where it doesn't matter, you do quite well.
Time, but yeah.
Okay, so as Carly's got his head half underneath the vehicle as it's bouncing around, because well, that's where you got to rewire it.
Mm.
And people are hanging onto his legs, giving him suggestions on using tools he doesn't have.
He's a Phillips head screwdriver. So I only got a flat head.
Well, back in my day, I used to do this with blah.
We don't have blood.
Or get the droid to do it.
Yeah.
And luckily for the people on board, the droid is currently with
The droid is with
the
me.
suitcase droid.
Oh.
Currently giving a slight hum of theme music of an escape.
Yeah. Q7, yeah.
Shut up! Shut up!
And amusingly enough, having just seen part of Borderlands again, he does sound a lot like Claptrap.
Misa says that might be IP infringement.
This is how I pictured him the entire time.
Exactly.
No, it means that Claptrap ripped him off because he came before Claptrap.
Q7 came first, yes.
And so, next thing you know, there is the sound just seems to disappear.
That's bad. Does that mean our engines have just cut out if the sound has just disappeared?
No, a energy wave just came through that pretty much rendered sound moot.
Oh, okay.
And then our pilots get to make a piloting check, or crash dangerously.
So this is piloting planetary.
Piloting planetary.
Okay, 3 yellow.
3 yellow, 2 green, 1 blue.
Hang on.
We'll do Room Room Crash first.
3 yellow, 2 green, 1 blue, and I'll flip a Who's Got so he doesn't do that against me. That.
Okay, so the difficulty is 4 red.
Oh.
And you are currently driving a high performance vehicle, so you get 3 extra blue dice.
3 extra. Jesus.
We're screwed.
Oh, crash.
I'm relying on you, buddy. You can do it. Nice.
Ooh, that's
Oh.
Not so nice.
Ah, shit.
Hey, at least you're the spare this time.
Be easier to cancel out such a large pool. So we got that one, and but if I just go that and that, that and that.
You can get rid of the red ones. I'm quite positive you can.
Okay, so you succeeded, but the I'm gonna say that the tow cable snapped behind you.
That's great, actually. That's a good
And one of your 3 engines is taken out by the returning cable. Basically, completely sliced off as it flicks back.
Like that.
thing. Yeah, like that one.
Just happens to be on the model. You didn't even plan it that way. Okay, so Mark, what is your piloting planetary?
It's 3 yellow, 2 green, 1 blue. Same as you. All across to it.
And are you flipping who's he wants it?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Okay. One of those. For one of those.
So 4 red, and he gets a blue in handling. It would be more, but it's the heavier model.
Phew.
Not too
It's
bad.
a little better.
No despair this time.
Oh, I think I can clear all those out, can't I? Take them all away. No more reds on the board.
Okay, you got a single success with lots of advantages. So I'm going
Please
to...
give advantages to the next player.
So you can give 2 advantages to Kesley.
Please.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Well, 2 blue dice to Kesley.
Well, hang on, let me think about this.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, of course I'll give it to you guys. Come on, on that.
Alright.
That's hilarious.
Okay, so what is Kesley's piloting planetary?
It is 1 yellow, 2 green. I will flip a thing.
Uh-oh. The thing.
Oh, we're drowning in.
Going into darkness just in time to see what happens next. Okay,
Yeah.
so it will be 4 red and 2 black. It would have been 4 black, but the 2 blue counted out some of that. Unless you'd like to have the 2 blue anyway and have another 2 black.
No, thank you.
Right, so that's it.
You can cancel out some of the black with the blue you already have if you'd like to do that.
Because it was supposed to be 4 black, but then we got 2 blue, so it'll just cancel 2 of them out.
And there's
Is that
still
right?
there's still 2 black and you already have 2 blue that you've added in.
Oh, well then I would like to take out the remaining black. And just so no blue, no blacks.
Mm-hmm. That's the one thing blues can do is cancel out blacks, which is why when it says you can take out blacks, I just give people blues.
We're right to go.
That
We're
is
right to go. Mhm.
that is good. We'll choose the worst option. There, take out that double one. And it doesn't matter anyway because it's bad.
Okay, so that ends up being 1 net
Singular
failure as the vehicle goes down while Khaled's looking underneath the bottom trying to get everything working. So Khaled, would you like to A, let go of the vehicle, or B, go with the vehicle?
Remember that you don't have armor.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm halfway in the vehicle, correct?
Yep.
So there's a good chance I would probably become Twain. I'll become 2.
Whichever way you go, there will be a percentile roll. Depending on what I add to it is what choice you make.
Okay. I'm going for the water part.
Okay.
I'm going to duck and roll into the swamp.
Okay. So as you come off,
Only me being toughened, I think, was it? I just think I've got.
do you reduce critical injuries?
I think I do. Durable, I think that's the one. Yeah, but how many years have I got? I think I've got 1 tier. Oh, no, say 2.
It may say
No,
you've got.
that's tier 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've only got 1 of it, so they reduce it by 10%.
Yeah. What have one that had? Yeah, must be.
Okay, I'll just quickly look at it to confirm.
Oh, is this bracket 2? But is that the when I get it from?
You've bought it at tier 2. It says tiers, not
Yeah.
how many ranks you have in it. If it said
Yeah.
ranks 2, then you'll technically have 2.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Kayana's got 2 levels on
Yeah,
it.
I'm the one with 2 ranks in it. Because I like almost dying, apparently.
Okay, so you go flying off the vehicle. And after hitting the water a couple of times, you end up slightly dazed.
And confused.
Means you're disoriented till the end of the
Yep.
encounter. But it's a tier 2 critical injury. Which is not a bad one to get. Okay, so next we have is Kayana. Are you going to jump from the vehicle?
It's probably smart at this stage because vehicles like to explode. Yeah, tuck and roll. Let's do it.
Okay. As you jump from the vehicle, you end up with plus 10 to the roll, based on the fact that you have 3 critical injuries and you reduce it by 2, because that's the benefit of your durable.
Yep.
And you manage to find a soft spot to land as you get yourself a easy critical injury called a stinger.
Okay.
Which means your next check is increased by 1.
Okay.
So that's actually... Oh, you've actually got that twice. Interesting. Which means it has gone over to the next one. You are knocked prone and suffer 1 strain.
Oh, okay.
You can't
I
get the same
still
critical
am okay
injury.
with this.
It always upgrades to the next one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because I did get that last time, didn't I?
Okay, is she facing forward or on her back?
Well, she's not knocked unconscious, Ross. She's just knocked over.
I thought she was knocked unconscious.
No, knocked
just knocked
over
prone.
and prone is different.
Okay, cool. You're not drowning.
Okay. And then you see as it goes down, it seems to try to pull down the speeder at the same time. I will see how well they go. Let's see what...
Other 2 ships.
Well, let's see what happens to the vehicle you're on. Okay, so when your ship goes down, it takes out its engines. So the skiff's engines are completely destroyed by your landing. Well, it's damage it, reducing the speed by 1. As it has a speed of 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Misa says any crash you can walk away from. Successful.
But it was a roll of 99 on the damage chart.
Oh, no.
So, what's happened to the poor
Scientists.
scientists that were aboard?
Okay, the scientists have all been scattered all over the place. Some of them
Scattered.
not looking so good.
Scattered into.
As you see both of the Imperial Trooper vehicles go down. They were attached by tow cable after all. And couldn't let go in time. Because they were trying to get you out of the blast range.
So is this where we do CGI and we do the...
Yeah. Into a tree. Boom.
As both the land speeder and the speeder bike made it through. As the only things that didn't go down.
Oh, so they include my... Because I had the cable still attached, didn't I?
Your cable was still attached, but you did manage to come up to a stop because have you seen how good those things stop?
Good point.
On a
Yep.
dime. Are we gonna stop? We should stop. We should stop. Yeah, we should.
And when sound comes back
Yeah, right.
and your ears stop ringing, you hear a horrific whining sound go overhead. As some vehicle has just passed over the top of you, leaving a smoke trail behind it.
Can we recognise what it looks like?
Doesn't look familiar at all. Never seen his profile before.
AT-AT.
If it was an AT-AT flying, then you'd be on the wrong planet.
Yeah.
That's on Colrad.
Yes, you'd be dealing with the squib who wears no pants and likes to cross his legs a lot.
So we're gonna stop, and I'm going to work my way back to these guys.
You're getting a lot of people going, help me,
Yes.
help me.
And I'm going to head back to these guys.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they're dead.
No, they seem to have survived the crash.
Did
They're just stunned.
Really?
Mm.
Okay, so I'm going to move over to them, help them up. Are you okay? Are you okay? Do you have any stim packs?
They got an emergency kit on their flyer as long as it's not damaged.
I'll find it if I can,
Mhm.
and then I'll take that med kit back and start triaging and helping the wounded. And as I move away from them, I'll ask them to help.
Well, they go, yes, sir. Well, you are acting like the soldier here.
Okay, just gonna-
You also still have the doctor coat on.
I'm not doing the things I'm supposed to do. I'm giving orders. Alright.
Well, hey, in any situation where you've got people a little having their head wrong, if you give them in the right tone, they will obey what you say.
Very true.
Especially if they're trained to obey.
Yeah. Even as a private, if you are giving corporals the correct tone, as you say, funnily enough, the body starts to do what it meant to do, and the brain catches up, and hang on.
Hey, I'm supposed to tell you what to do. It's like,
Yeah.
imagine when you do it as you're a complete civilian and you manage to get even generals to start doing stuff. That was fun.
It was fun.
But yeah, so I'll go out trying to assist.
Okay, so you have a bunch of you helping to get people up. Most people have minor injuries because, hey, you did it on the edge of the swamp where there was lots of soft ground.
Mm-hmm. Are there any of the bio scientists that I recognise?
None of them made it out, apparently.
Excellent. I mean, damn. As I'm going through and doing the triage, I'll be asking any of the scientists if any of them have medical knowledge. How do you
I go, oh, no, none of the medical guys made it out.
Excellent.
Not even the droid, was just a shame because, well, we tried upgrading him a few times. Programming didn't seem to work too well.
A real people person, that droid.
Oh, he didn't need people skills, he just needed to do his job.
And I'll continue helping them as much as I can. I'm kind of leaving how the party deals with the stormtroopers to the party, because
Well, they're less stormtroopers, more guys in uniform not wearing crash gear. The most they have is a helmet, which doesn't cover the face.
I guess once Iron's up and recovered, she'll be looking to Kyla, River, and Ash, and all of us just kind of collect ourselves, scout out to see if those Imperials did survive, and trying to gather everybody up to start moving forward.
Okay, even the Imperials are helping get people up and further away, expecting there to be some sort of fallout from the explosion behind you.
Yeah, so as soon as everybody's is looked over, trying to move the mass of people together quickly. Did the Imperials that were on those speeders survive?
They did.
Okay.
whilst I'm helping the triage, medicine, blah blah blah, you've got mechanical skills?
Mm-hmm.
Are these two repairable? Are they?
I can do a mechanics check.
At a quick glance, they look repairable.
Oh, okay.
At a quick glance, the big slow-moving thing, definitely not repairable. To be honest, you really wanted to put a few bolts into that before it crashed. But you think that you can get it running and potentially toss all the injured people on it as a slow-moving stretcher.
Alright, so do I need to do a mechanics check to do all that?
You could probably do that with Scarlet.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so 4 yellow, 2 green, 2 blue, and I can't flip a who's he what's it, because there's none left to flip. Versus,
It will
what does Khaled add to
I
this?
would be only assisting you, so that would be a blue, wouldn't it?
a blue assistant dice.
Blue assistant dice. Versus,
Because you're the better mechanic, and we've got the same lot of stats.
right.
Okay, so it will be
Versus 26.
2 purple and a red as you flip one of the things over.
2, flip one of those back that way. Alright, so
That's a pretty decent pull.
yep. And the one that's
Not bad.
fallen out is a blank one.
Well,
It's not bad.
If it fell out, just roll it in. It usually
Could
doesn't
do
count
it.
if it's not in there.
Damn it!
Okay, so you did succeed, and you didn't have any threats. You got lots of advantages doing so. So I'm going to say that you managed to get both of them working, and you think you might actually be able to tow the other thing in as well. So basically turn the whole thing into a stretcher,
Oh, good
even
job.
if it's going to be grinding along the ground most of the way.
Yeah.
Well, it's not tarmac, so hey.
Have it. Yeah.
And as you got the grappling hooks, you should be able to easily do it. Most of the swamp vehicles had to either attach both to the same thing or do the whole daisy chain thing.
Yeah.
All comes in handy.
So the Imperials are prepared to drag the barge.
Well, they keep following your orders.
Well, I'll give them the direction. Yeah, you guys, good job. Give you a big thumbs up. Good job. If you guys can, once we've loaded up the barge, I'll get you guys to drag them along. Be careful. Try not to hit anything, cause, and we will we'll follow behind you, and hopefully we can outrun this fallout, assuming it's coming our way.
While you start to hear pieces of things start
pink.
falling down.
Crap.
You're not sure how far up in the air it went.
It would be, yeah.
Okay, so yes, you spend the next hour making your way half a K towards town. You'd almost think it would be faster to walk if everyone could walk.
Yeah.
But you get there without upturning the towed vehicle.
Making it any worse than it already is.
And by the time you get there, the 4 beaten up security guards keep referring to you as boss.
Damn. I'm supposed to be keeping my head down.
And that they basically get you through every checkpoint because, yeah, boss has got everything under control. They don't say who boss is, they just say boss.
Fair enough.
They never quite got your name, so they can't use it.
Yeah, I'm not giving it. If I can avoid it. Oh, actually, Dr. Benkin, wouldn't it?
Well, you could use that name.
Yes, if it comes down to it, I'll
And you
use
have
that.
the ID card still.
I do. As long as I don't scan it to see the picture of that old man, I should be fine.
But all that information was in the base that just blew up.
Well, yeah, true.
Except the ID would also be on their records in the city. It's just that they have to
Okay.
verify against something.
So I'll get them, like if there's a hospital or some sort of med center or something.
They're taking them to the landing field and the emergency team there. They don't actually have a hospital here. The base was the local hospital.
Doctor, was it Benson, been face planted into the slime and that, so he's got all his muddied and that, so makes it slightly more difficult to identify him.
By the time you think of that, you're way past the swamp.
I've got that ability for
Indistinguishable.
that's the one. So I'm hoping that
You'll make it hard for them to. The higher you get in that, the harder it will be for them to tell you're not who you say you are.
so I'm going to.
So you sort of look like you're the right person. Oh well, must be correct.
Yeah. That's an old photo. It's an old picture.
Okay, so reaching the tarmac there, they basically load them into the holding area for takeoffs and landings. Basically where they quarantine people before sending them off onto the base. Well, you don't want a person who's landed to reach the base without at least having a simple medical check.
We came through here.
You came through here.
Okay. How are we getting off planet?
Well, you're the one who has the contact in town.
Oh, do I?
Yeah. And you got a backup contact in case you killed the first contact.
Okay. I know about the backup. I just didn't realise it was in case we got the first one killed. All right.
Or you actually killed them.
Yeah. Okay. So when we land, again, I give the Imperials a pat on the back. Like, you guys did a great job. I'm sorry about your friends.
Well, we'll keep working, sir. We're good.
Make sure that they're all the injured are looked after, or at least there are people there to take over from me, as making sure that they're looked after.
They will arrange it personally. As you see them start to bully the other ground stuff.
Nice. Without a comm. Oh, actually, as soon as they move away, like, we've got a comms system on the speeder.
Mm-hmm.
How am I identifying myself to my contact? And
You would most likely go to the local cantina and order a specific drink.
Okay. All right.
Such a drink that no one on a planet like this would even think about ordering.
Order a
A fluffy Gungan.
Fluffy Gungan.
order a V8 tropical with apple, pineapple, passion fruit, and carrot.
Yes.
And hey, look, there's one right there.
You gotta use props.
It is one of the best ways of getting people's attention. Because people will always talk about such a weird drink being ordered.
Okay. And when we're free to do so, or it looks like an opportune time, I'll take my crew and we will go to the pub.
Okay, so the pub is almost 2 doors away.
Oh, right. Okay.
I'd say almost because you can literally walk through the area where you just took everyone and go through a couple of doors and end up in the pub.
Mm-hmm.
But they normally keep them shut for the staff. So you pretty much have to just walk down a couple of about maybe 100 meters at the most, and then walk into the other side of the building.
Do we have any money?
You probably do have some money, especially considering at the start of every session you always seem to have a cred stick with you.
Yeah, but is the cred stick my cred stick?
It's your cred stick. So, as it's the start of the session, your character has 300 credits on him.
Okay. Alright. So, we'll take a seat. I'll ask for orders. What do people want? And then I'll go up to the bar, order, and for my drink, I'll order whatever the weird thing is.
Well, what do you want to call the weird thing?
I think a fluffy Gungan's it's a good one. I think that's great.
Okay, so you get a fluffy Gungan.
Yeah.
And what sort of drink does our Gungan ask for? A fluffy Gungan?
No, I will get a Naboonov double black. I had to.
That's really good.
And what does Ash order?
Water.
The screwdriver?
No. Ash's on the job.
He orders water?
Just water. He's on the job till we get off this planet, and then I'll run out later.
How about Kayana? What does Kayana order?
Whatever is the best version of space whiskey neat.
So Carillion Ale, top shelf neat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not trying to take advantage of whoever is paying.
I'm paying, and it's not taking advantage because I've got more money than I know what to do with.
Okay, so as you go up, you're a bit surprised at the bill. It cost you about 100
Hey, I didn't get an order.
Khalid, what is Khalid ordering?
Okay, I'm ordering a Tatooine Sunrise and make it a double.
Double.
Okay, so instead of being 110, it is 200 credits.
Tatooine Sunrise is a good one.
There's an actual drink and it's expensive, especially when you order the double.
I'm gonna take
Yeah.
because we're only going one round because my character goes gives his cred stick. Does this guy using my snap, assessment of people? Does this guy look like he's a scumbag, or does he look like he's someone who's
It looks more like he's a down on his luck person who is doing this for a job because he's probably not good at many other things and he's trapped on this world.
okay? All right, so I will hand him the cred stick, and I'll basically give him a 10 cred tip. I'll tell him to keep the stick, and when my mates, the the Imperial guys come in, whatever's left on the stick, drinks are on them. Drinks, are on me. So I've effectively spent the 300 credits that I made for this session.
Well, you do the stick back because that's where your credits that turn up every session.
Oh, okay. But he's taken the cash. Okay. Well, if that's the case, then I've got like 18,000 or something on there. Like, I've got a lot of money on there.
Okay, so you see that everyone's drink is fairly large except for Kayana's, which is this small little thing, but that one costs 100 credits by itself.
Fair enough.
And between your drink, Broom Broom Crash's drink, that was the 10 extra credits. And Ash's water didn't cost anything. You just threw that in because, well, you spent more on 2 drinks than most people spend on a weekend.
Most people don't know how to have a good time.
Most people don't have that sort of money to throw away on a drink.
No.
Okay, so yes, so the Tatooine Sunrise shows up as the double.
So we sit around drinking.
You sit around drinking.
If the
Or at least most of you do. Kayana's is pretty much gone in the go.
for 100 credits, Jesus, not even a sip. Like
It was equivalent of a shot.
Well,
When you have it neat, you generally don't sip.
Skull.
Just like.
This is one of those ones where the Kayana, in the beginning, she would never do this. She would never drink on the job, much like Ash. But she's been through some stuff. She's been
it's also,
mostly dead a lot of times. and she's kind of over it.
It's also part of our cover as well. We're here
So
because of
Yeah.
what's happened, and we need a drink because who wouldn't after
we've
what
been
we've been through?
we've been through a lot.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
Ash
part of our
wouldn't.
cupboard. Yeah, well, he's stronger than the rest of us. You know, mentally, physically.
And also managed to avoid the gunplay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so at this point you do find out from Ash that he did manage to take out about probably close to 10 security guards while helping shut down the main reactor.
Good job.
Got good use out of the repeating blaster he acquired.
Yep, that's why Ash's been happy the whole time.
Do you still have it?
Maybe.
It would be stashed on the speeder because carrying it through town is a little obvious.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I walk into a bar, everyone starts screaming and hits the ground.
It's like walking in with a rocket launcher or some shit, and people are like, "Oh my god!"
Yep.
Okay.
A pistol on your hip or in your pants or in your jacket, people are gonna, sort of look in your direction. But walking in with a big weapon of mass destruction, people are gonna go, "Ah!"
What the hell?
So, after about an hour, you find yourself with a second of your drinks put on the table. Amusingly enough, this time it actually is in the shape of a Gungan that you drink through the head of.
Lisa says, "How rude! How rude!"
I had a cup like this growing up. This was real.
As you drink, the tongue sort of wiggles about all over the place.
Oh, I didn't have that.
Sort of
but
like
I
you're sucking its brains
I
out.
did have a Jar Jar Binks cup.
This is disturbing.
You're disturbed.
So, Crash, a relative?
And instead of a mohawk, it's got a pink straw. Otherwise, yeah, looks similar to your Gungan.
Hold it up. No. I'll drink it because, again, that's what you would do, and I don't want to, again, draw attention to myself for not. But
And you see an address written on the napkin under the drink. Not sure how they got napkins here, but they do. Apparently they couldn't afford to have the reusable carry things.
okay, I'll slide the napkin across to you.
Yeah, look at this instead of me drinking from your head.
Yeah. Look at the monkey. Look at the monkey.
I grab the napkin and can I? So it's got a destination on it. Is that correct?
It's basically got a house number.
House number. Okay.
Doesn't have a street because the towns are not that big. They just have numbers.
Well, because we don't have our little PDAs and stuff with us, I can't do investigation. Do you see how near or far that is away from us?
And the tables don't have inbuilt computers. How backwater is this place?
Right.
I feel like you're on Tatooine or
So it's
something.
not a big place. So theoretically, finding it shouldn't be too
Yeah, it'd be less than 50 buildings
Okay.
in the
So
entirety of
theoretically,
the
we should
town.
be able to find
Yep.
it.
And about, of those 50 buildings, about 20 to 30 of those are to do with the spaceport only.
Okay.
Well, as long as the building number isn't 137, we're fine.
So when we finish our drinks,
Or 66.
I'm sure we can just walk out, look around, and we'll find it.
I'm sure there's many information things to make you look like tourists, especially close to the quarantine
Support.
building.
There's probably, you are here map.
so yeah, finish the drinks and we'll get up and leave.
This one was actually nicer than the first.
Oh,
Apparently it's growing on you.
A lot more alcohol than I was expecting, and I'm like, oh, that tastes pretty good.
And yet all that crunchy insect stuff inside it seems to get better over time.
What the?
It was designed for Gungans.
Okay, fair enough.
Fermented insects in liquid.
Yeah. Oh, well, how bad can it be?
Well, it's all protein.
I've seen enough Top Gear to know you never say that.
You find the building not far from where you are. Probably about 10 houses to pass.
Okay.
Even has a back door.
Do we just go up and knock, or do people want to try covert something or others, or... I mean, I'm happy to just walk up and knock on the door.
Well, you're the one who's got the instructions or whatever.
Well, it's not so much instructions, it's just a location.
Yeah, but don't you have a special knock in the other bit?
Not that I'm aware of. I'm assuming they're expecting us, assuming we survive. Alright, I'll just walk up to the front door and knock on the door.
Okay, so just reading for the section of where they have it, because of course it's right where the front of it is. I believe they describe the end of it at the start of the chapter.
Okay, I guess.
Well, the end sequence is about if you're captured, and right before that it's the here's what happens in the chase. Okay, so apparently the way they have planned it out is the chase finishes, the scene changes, and you're on a different planet.
Oh. Okay.
So yes, you rock up at the building,
Yep.
knock on the door, and it's opened by an Ithorian.
Okay. Who are the Ithorians?
So they are the guys who are called Hammerheads.
Oh, yes. Actually, that's what came to mind when you said it.
Mhm.
So I don't know why.
It's because Hammerhead was the George Lucas name.
Yeah.
Because
No,
it
but-
wasn't.
Because I don't know necessarily what an Ithorian is, but the minute you said it, I went, I wonder if it's those guys. I better make sure.
So they're the guys who can talk in stereo because they have two mouths. And they can sing in harmony with themselves.
Nice.
And they can literally deafen people with their shouts. It's a weapon.
Yeah.
Okay, he gestures you in with your friends.
We enter.
And speaks to you in Ithorian, which you've learnt.
Okay.
Because, hey, most Imperials don't know it.
Hmm.
And basically is doing the second part of the code race.
Yep.
The equivalent of there's a rare plant on the far side of the third moon of Alderaan, even if Alderaan only has 2 moons.
Yeah, some of those code phrases are funny. Hmm.
And what do you respond with? What is the response code?
No, I've never been to the third moon of Alderaan.
So that could be something anyone could say. How would it be different?
Well, they'd immediately know that, wouldn't they, that there's no third moon of Alderaan.
Yes, but some people could say that because they didn't know that because I've never been there. Well, okay, he
But they wouldn't say it
in that way. Quite possible. Most people would probably say they've never been to Alderaan. Or say, I didn't know there was a third moon.
I didn't. Well, yeah. Okay.
But that one works pretty well. So yes, he slaps you on the back quite soundly and says he should be able to arrange a transport out with the next waste disposal.
When is that to be?
That is due in the next couple of hours. You don't mind going baggage?
No. No, more than happy to.
Okay, they should be ejecting you out into space, and his contact will pick you up at that point there. Well, you know most garbage gets tossed into the sun, he says.
Okay.
Well, it's not like they want to have garbage lying around to make the world more depressing than it already is.
We're all happy with this?
Don't think there's much of a choice otherwise.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, you could steal your own ship, he says.
No, we're good, I think.
And how many will be accompanying you, he says. You're not taking the scientists with you?
They're Imperials, aren't they?
They were
No.
awesome. Not all of them. They were here, some of them were here under duress. Including the one who gave you the weapons.
Okay. How much room do you have?
Well, he says he can definitely do a fairly large trash pile. Simply saying he can simply cite the fact that, well, the place blew up, so, well, things happen. Including death by exposure.
So could you, would 30 be out of the question?
No, he can say that there were 30 casualties.
Okay. Alright, so I need to organise who's coming with us and who isn't.
You sort it out, get back to him by the end of the hour, and he will line up the trash. Basically because, well, I'm sure everyone here wouldn't want a contaminated person left behind.
No.
Especially with some sort of infectious disease from the actual science experiments going on.
Yeah, that biolab was chock full of all kinds of fun stuff. I'll say to the rest of the group, I'll be back shortly. If I'm not back in an hour, or by the time you guys have to leave, then leave without me.
He pulls out a syringe and gets a bottle with a bright yellow liquid in it, and starts preparing doses. He says if you have life scans when they check you, then, well, they'll just make sure you're dead before they put you on the transport.
And also to reduce the amount of O2 and all the rest of it.
And it means if there's a leak in your bag for some reason, then you should still survive long enough to get there.
Okay. I shall return. So I go off to where the scientists were.
Mm-hmm.
And I will ask.
Okay, I will make it a leadership check for you.
My leadership, I don't think it's very particularly good, is it?
Well, let's see if I have a look at it. Your leadership is 2 yellow, 4 green, 1 blue.
Oh.
And you can throw in 150 credits to give yourself another 3 yellow.
Sure, why not?
Basically greasing the palms of everyone here to agree to your decision.
Oh, that's kind of an interesting feat. I like that.
And then you can flip the 1 piece and make it 6 yellow and 1 blue.
Why not? If I see the Imperials that have been helping us.
So get rid of all the green?
Get rid of all the green, make them more yellow, so 6 yellow.
Right.
Yeah, but if I see them, I'll just on the QT because I'm going around talking to all the scientists. When I see them, I say, when you're off duty, just thanking you for the help you've provided to us. I've put a little money behind the bar, just as a thank you.
Hey, high five. Drinks. They're happy drinks.
Thanks, boss.
They're going to say, definitely going to have to work with you again, boss.
Alright.
Can we sign up to your group?
Alright, so 6 yellow, 1 blue versus
Versus 2 purple.
2 purple.
These guys aren't very hard to convince. Of course, if you told them exactly how they're going out, we would have to increase the
Yeah,
difficulty.
things would be different.
Oh, Christ on a bike.
Okay, so that does work out to be 4 successes and 2 advantages. So with all those dice, you still managed to succeed. Though it could have been complete blanks on the board because we have done that a few times.
Yeah. Yep.
People would just be blinking at you, going, "What?"
Right.
And it could have been 6 triumphs.
Or they're looking at me going, "You're some sort of Imperial agent guy who wants to get me done over, aren't you?"
You're going to kill anyone who agrees, aren't you?
Internal affairs.
Of course, once they learn your plan, they realise technically you are killing everyone who agrees.
So effectively, when I get a chance to, I will have the people, I'll be with them for an hour and a half. I just really want to provide enough time for them to follow me, get the injections, and then load it aboard so we can then set off.
Well, you find that not long after you're there, a friend of the Authorian shows up with what appears to be medical credentials. He's got a whole stethoscope hanging around his neck and clipboard.
Nice.
Nothing on the clipboard, but he's got a clipboard.
Ah, well, that sold me.
And he starts telling everyone about, unfortunately, there has been an accident and everyone here's been irradiated. He needs to move them to other location to check them over thoroughly. And unfortunately, there have been a few casualties already, so prepare for the worst. As he sends off the 2 soldiers to go get plastered before showing up for their checks.
Yep.
Because they're going to need it.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible, man. The things we do to you as he cracks his plastic glove, rubber glove.
And even you can tell the words he's using are completely made up. But everyone's just believing it and going with what he says because he seems to know what he's talking about.
My character's going, this is a man who...
It's the clipboard.
Yeah, this is a man who can really spin some shit.
And one person started objecting, so he hit him on the head with the clipboard and he stopped pretty quickly.
Come on, buddy. It's all good.
And, well, hey, when you see the other person of authority hit someone on the head with a clipboard, obviously they know what they're talking about. And you pulled this game a few times, so you know how it works. And very often, no one even checks to see what's on the clipboard.
It's so true.
So, before you know it, everyone's lining up for their health shots.
So there's a big line. He gives the shot. I guide while they're still conscious and whatnot. I take them to the waiting area, lay them down. I go, everything will be fine. I'll see you on the other side.
Well, they have a back room where you take them and get them into the body bag.
Yep. Yeah.
As they find out the plan after the injection.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to go down, but anyway. And then I'll basically have them all in the back there, in their body bags.
You never tell them the plan when they have a chance to tell someone else.
That's it. You guide them in there and they see the body bag and it's like, oh my god, no!
Pretty much. As it's one of those drugs that makes everyone look dead. Completely reduces all signs of life.
1 heartbeat a minute. Very little breathing, etc., etc. Okay. And at the end of the day, I get the shot.
Yes. And by the time you get the shot, everyone else has been loaded into their bags.
So yeah, I'll line myself in the bag. Get the shot.
You get the shot,
Line in
and
the bag.
as you're starting to fall down, you see that him puts the "Be careful, contaminated" signs on everything, and then spraying the outside with a radioactive isotope. Because hey, the moment you detect radiation, no one's going to open those damn
Yeah,
things.
nobody wants to touch it. Yeah. And hopefully, we wake up.
Okay, so as you fade to black, how does everyone deal with the fact that you're being loaded into a body bag and put to sleep?
You Mandalorians, man. It's all cool, right?
I mean, at this stage, I've had 2 really nice drinks, so I'm probably like, hell yeah, a nap. I'm down for this. This is fine.
How about Ash? How's Ash dealing with the fact he's been put to sleep? You are on mute at the moment, Mark, by the way.
I'll be back.
We shall come back to Mark. How about Ross? How does Carly deal with it?
Okay.
Because you only hear about the plan after the fact.
As I stated before, I'm hating it this even more.
And Brum Brum, how does Brum Brum deal with being loaded into a body bag?
Mesa not happy.
Does he ask for an extra large one?
Mm.
No, they managed to fit him in with only a slight neck sort of squish.
Mesa not happy, James.
One size squish all.
Yeah. So someone's going to be have a nasty neck.
Mesa be putting in a compensation claim when we wake up.
Well, on the bright side, his muscles are all loose.
I don't know if the rebellion has workers' comp.
They do, they call it the airlock.
I can guarantee you the Imperials have workers' comp. They love bureaucracy.
They do, but most of theirs are at the point of a blaster. You need compensation?
Yeah.
Here, let me help you. Well, the rebels have the put to pasture plan where they send you to one of their agro worlds where you'll grow food for the rest of your life. That's their compensation plan.
Yeah.
Okay, so you all fade to black, and next thing you know, you're all being woken up with a I would pretty much say something that gets your blood moving quite quickly, so a lot of adrenaline involved in the wake medication.
A can of Bull Red.
Yeah.
More like an injection of that directly into the heart. And so
it's most likely a just like pure adrenaline injection.
and each of you wake up to someone pulling a needle out of your chest.
I hate this.
Yeah. Look around, probably in a state of panic with all the adrenaline that's hit me.
Yep. And you find yourself strapped to a gurney. Completely unable to move and your body wanting to run. Even your head strapped down.
He's sitting there trying to use the full range of the eyeballs.
Yes, and you see that each of you are all sort of sitting in some sort of hangar with rows upon row of gurneys of people being injected.
The people injecting look like they're Alliance, or do they look like?
Well, it is a robot with a very long syringe as a implement.
Oh, it's Dr. Needle's friends.
So the syringe is at least a foot long.
Dr. Syringe.
Up the syringe.
And he has what looks like that whole microphone mouthpiece.
Yep.
I'm sure they just pinched a microphone and tacked it on the front of a mask and went, "That's how your face looks."
Yeah.
Hmm.
And he is greeting you all in a very broken version of Basic. At least you think it's broken until your brain kicks in. Apparently you've been down and out for close to a week.
Oh, dude. I'll try to relax, but probably fail miserably.
I will try to ask the droid to let me up. As trying to control my panic in my voice as much as possible.
He says that does not compute.
Unstrap the straps.
He will
If
return.
you can.
He will return later when your vocabulator is working correctly. He says.
Oh my gosh.
Remove the restraints. Remove the restraints.
As you're hearing garble coming from everyone else around you as they're just getting their mouths talking again.
So I bet it's like a little bit just like sounding like Sylvester Stallone probably.
Oh God, no.
Get me to the chopper.
No, that's the other one.
Yeah, that's the other guy.
That's
Arnold
Yeah,
Schwarzenegger.
Arnie.
Well, somebody sounded like.
Adrian. So yes, takes a full hour for you guys to be able to actually form words.
That makes sense.
And after you can actually speak, it's when they start slowly unstrapping you and giving each of you walking aids. So there is a protocol droid to help you walk places.
I'm assuming I'd probably be the last one to come out of it.
No, you're one of the first because, hey, you're family.
I'm speaking more about my physical capabilities as opposed to my...
Well, you're the one they injected first.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So as we're slowly coming out of it, what is our surroundings? Can we tell we're on a ship, on a planet?
You can tell you're on a capital ship of some sort, as you can see out into space through the magnetic fields.
So other than the magnetic field, it's open to space.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But hey, it's not easy to go through the magnetic field.
Yep. I'll walk amongst the scientists and the party, making sure they're okay, sharing a joke, having a bit of a laugh, trying to build the morale.
You do see a couple of Y-wings in the hangar, as well as what appears to be a X-wing under construction.
There's no there's no plaques or anything that tell me that we're on the far orbit or anything like that.
No, they don't actually advertise that.
Nothing like that. Okay.
Mainly because they don't want anyone here to who's not supposed to be here to know who they are or where they are.
Yep.
And
Yep,
the fact they have
call.
Y-wings and an X-wing here doesn't actually mean that that's their... because it's not the main hangar. The Y-wing and X-wing both look as if they have taken some form of damage, but the X-wing looks fairly new. Of course, it's also one of the first times you've seen an X-wing.
Yeah.
You'd just heard through the grapevine that they had acquired some skilled techs who were willing to give them some prototypes as the Empire took over their company. They nationalized income, and the entire support team moved over to the rebellion, which is literally in the Star Wars lore.
Yeah. Next week's well, so much better than the TIE fighters.
They were only better because they could be deployed on their own.
Had their own
What-
jump drives, yeah.
One-on-one, the TIE fighters were superior in most ways except for shielding and life support.
Yeah, you also remember that cost of an X-wing is equivalent of, was it 2 to maybe 3 TIE fighters?
Normally about 3. You could probably even get 3.5 TIE fighters for every X-wing. You're looking at about 40k for a TIE fighter to 50k, and about 150 for the X-wing. That's the cost of putting hyperdrives, droid socket, and all the extras in there.
My character's got a new goal. I'm going to buy a X-wing for the Alliance. That's he's going to save up and buy one for him.
Well, technically you buy the parts because you can't buy one on the market.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, as you're doing this, you do see that they do have some of the incom techs over there.
Mhm.
And most of them are stripping down the engine coverings on the Y-wings.
Yeah.
You're not sure why, because it protects the engines.
Something to do with pilot stuff, probably.
Well, all the pictures you're seeing of the Clone Wars, the Y-wings all have engine coverings all up the length of the engines. But they're spending effort in stripping them down.
Again, it's mechanic and flying stuff that I know nothing about. But yeah, I continue to go around doing the morale thing.
Okay, next one up is Brum Brum, who is basically given preferential treatment. He's a Gungan after all, and no Gungans serve the Empire.
Yeah.
You had to give basically the okay for the others to get their full treatment. They basically stabilized everyone as soon as they got them, but didn't wake anyone up.
Mm.
So most people travelled in stasis until they got here.
Okay.
And you do feel as if you've gone through carbonite freezing. You have a sneaking suspicion there was a step they didn't tell you.
Yeah, for a reason.
But it would have meant that you were completely safe in the vacuum, and that you had were safe to be frozen because you were already in a low stasis mode. You've read that it's a lot safer that way. A lot more expensive, but a lot safer.
I spent some good dollars on this.
Lisa says next time we go business class.
And you're sort of looking at him, his head's sort of like this a little bit.
I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, that was great, but next time, business class.
And
I don't think this was economy.
No, this
was baggage.
Steerage, or whatever they call it. Yeah.
Just bargain economy.
Yeah.
What? Freezing somebody in carbonite and then resuscitating them. It is a little bit expensive.
It is.
Not when they freeze most of their trash to send, because it's actually safer to send radiated stuff while it's frozen than to just leave it open to the air. You would have expected most radiated material, thinking about it, to actually have been frozen before put on a starship. And that means they're not leaving contaminated material sitting on a planet for some other Imperial to stumble across and get sick. And then be less productive.
But they end up, as you were saying, don't they end up putting that stuff into the sun? Well, at least they didn't put us into the sun. That's something.
Well, they probably fired you into the sun.
Yeah, you got caught. Catch.
Well, it would be the perfect place for someone to just wait for a stream of things coming towards them. And only catch the ones that were marked.
Got a big space net.
And just like go through the ones that they weren't supposed to get. Yeah, so I was a bit sus about this person, so we put an X on their thing and they just let that one through.
Yeah. What?
Okay, so you are taken into a stateroom to rest up. It's got bunks, it's got refresher, it's got entertainment. The latest holo vids from the core.
Okay.
I'm sure one of the shows is Vader and Me.
What's that internet? It's supposed to be a takeoff of Darth Vader, but he's like in HR or something, and he's Joe Vader or something.
Chad Vader. I think it
Something
was.
like that. Yeah.
Started off in a supermarket as a supermarket employee. I'm just going to duck to the bathroom while you guys think about what you want to do next.
Watching an episode of How I Met Your Vader.
Yes.
Pin my starship.
So my Mandalorian friends, what do we wish to do?
I think from here we need to turn in everything that we have and say, hey, all the things that we were supposed to do, we totally did it and then some. So,
So
And
yeah.
we'll have to ask how have we regained our full health now that we've been in cryogenic?
Yeah, that is something that I
yeah.
would
What's
need to
your
ask
thing?
because I want to get rid of my injury.
Your grievous wound.
Is there anything we don't want to tell?
I would say. Well, hold on. Let me double check my notes real quick. Because we got this mission. I'm trying to see if I have any full details. No, it's just that we have a mission from the Alliance. And it's realistically, Garm has the details of who actually gave us the mission. Oh wait, no. Captain Darth Vedich. I think.
Okay.
Question.
Yep.
Did we regain all our health now that we've been frozen?
Yes, you have had your health cleared and your critical injuries were dealt with while you were pretty much comatose.
Yay! Yay, medical care.
Well, if they're going to kill you, they're going to make sure you're healthy before they do so.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
Give you that alcohol swab before the lethal injection.
That's the one.
Yeah, I know, right?
I have seen so many of those things happen. It's like, why do we need to sterilize the needle? Well, we just want to make sure it's not the thing that kills him.
Yeah. So effectively, I think we're going to wait until
We get-
in a room until we're approached by the higher ups.
Okay, and you realize that QT7 has not been seen since you arrived.
Ooh.
Probably a good thing. Just quietly.
I'm going to go and have a talk to one of the mechanic-y fly people that we saw running around before.
Yep.
And basically tell them if they can to let their boss know that we'd like to speak with someone.
Well, he does say that You're en route to someone who can talk to you.
Okay.
As you notice, by the time you're talking to him, the ship is traveling through hyperspace.
The equipment that we had on us at the time of being frozen, where's that gone?
That has been dealt with.
Dealt with
Dealt
how?
with?
Well, none of you have any of the gear you collected while you were there.
No. I'm assuming we don't have any weapons or anything like that.
They do say that you will be informed when you reach your destination.
Character doesn't look particularly happy about what he's being told, but
But you sort of realise he's got no authority, so he's telling you as much as he's been told to say.
Yeah, and there's not really much we can do about it, so oh well. I'll go back and explain what's going on to the rest of the group, and I guess we just wait.
And from one of the rooms nearby, as you're walking down the corridor, you can hear the sound of some sort of party going on.
Oh. I'll go over, look, and knock on the door, or look.
Okay, it opens up, you see the scientists have some sort of disco going on in their quarters,
Oh, nice one.
playing music really loud. About how the Emperor stole their baby sort of metal band.
Do they mind if we join?
Well, they're quite happy if you want to join. They have no idea where they're going or what they're doing, but hey, they're no longer threatened with death.
Hmm.
Though it sucks to be their family, though.
I'll go back, knock on the door, explain to the group what's going on, like what I was told, and let them know that there's a party next door that they're happy to join, and then I'll go and join the party.
Mm-hmm. As you get your first real dose of goth metal.
Not the music I would normally listen to, but
There's a lot of thrash and raspy voices as people try to sound like the Emperor while singing.
These scientists have some interesting taste.
Yeah.
Well, all the band names seem to be a poke at the Emperor.
Mm. And again, I do the social thing, hang out, talk.
Now, you do find out from most of them that they were working on the base with threats that their family would be killed if they didn't cooperate. Now that they're officially dead, their family is technically no longer a hostage.
For a second there, I thought you didn't know their families are dead. Like, that escalated quickly.
Well, hey, it could actually be their family are killed because they no longer have a reason to not be shot. But they're hoping for the positive and not the negative.
Yeah.
Because they can't modify things either way.
Mm. Yeah. Characters gonna have a moral conundrum if their families start getting killed off. That would be very not cool. Considering I was the one who convinced them to come in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you find a knock on the door a few hours later, as you see that there are 6 security personnel here in full uniform.
I'm assuming I'm the one who opened the door.
Yep, that's it. You're with me, as with the others on your team.
Oh, you want us to come with you?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Hang on, I'll just go and go and get them. And I do. I'll say goodbye to everyone. You know, gotta go. You know,
Things to do,
Things
people
to
to
do.
see.
and we do. I assume.
Okay. So you are escorted by the 6 soldiers. And as you're walking along there, one of them seems to be scanning each of you thoroughly.
There's a lot of you for just taking us from one point to another.
Well, there's always a reason, they say.
Okay.
Well, we have to determine if you're safe to go or you exit on the way.
Okay. That doesn't sound good.
If you don't pass the scans, then obviously you're a problem.
Alright.
Okay, and they go, well, we have discovered some anomalies.
Not a great way to treat the returning heroes.
So there is an anomaly with Kayana and Khalid.
That's where I'll probably pop up and just say, yeah, I'll just wave the hand and it's like, cybernetic arm.
No, we're experimented upon.
Oh,
No,
that's
what?
right. We were. But me as Kayana, I'm just gonna say, it's a cybernetic arm, from what I can tell.
Well, the guy says your file read says you're human, but your scan is not.
Interesting.
Kind of trying to look over the guy's shoulder, see what the scanner says.
Comes up as near human.
Near human.
That's interesting.
Meaning
I was gonna say, this is,
human, but has some other foreign material on the DNA.
I guess I will say that, like, this will be part of our debrief, most likely, if you want to keep those results ready.
Sure.
You guys aren't furries or anything, are you?
Nope.
Not yet, anyway.
Not yet.
Though their teeth do look a bit bigger to you.
Yeah. As soon as I've read the near human, I start looking for the abnormalities, and your eyes look maybe a little bit bigger and a little bit more squinty. And are they closer together?
This is where I'm starting to get self-conscious. I'm just gonna look away and say, look, doesn't matter. Just keep those results ready. It'll be part of our debrief.
You seem to be walking funny as well.
Walking just fine.
Trying to make
Show you how I can kick ass just fine too.
Oh, I've my hands up. No, I've no doubt about that.
Okay, so you're escorted to a troop shuttle. And they just you all on board.
I get on board.
They get on as well. And they get on their comms and say, ready to go when you are. As you hear the sound of the dropship exit. As you can feel the gravity of the planet as it starts to angle down towards it.
Like aliens.
You feel the bumpy ride as you pass through the magnetic field.
Mm-hmm.
And then through the atmosphere.
I was gonna say, do we have windows to try to see if we recognize what planet we're near?
They have no windows.
Okay.
Which planet are we at? I asked one of the guys.
He says, if they clear you, they'll tell you.
It's not as though we can do anything about it.
You're at Sector HQ.
Oh.
If you need to know, you get told. Otherwise, it's need to know.
Okay. I'm not feeling the love, guys. I'm not feeling the love.
They say only about 10% of the people on the planet know where it is, or even the name of the planet.
Good idea. Yep. All right.
And none of their systems advertise it.
I would imagine that it would be a very, very good idea not to tell anyone, especially us, if we're going to be useful to the Alliance moving into the future.
Okay, and then you feel it come in for a landing as the vehicle gets buffeted about. It's definitely not a smooth landing.
Mm-hmm.
Brum Brum feels annoyed because he could have brought this in without any problems, no matter what. No matter the condition, he can do it smoothly.
Yeah.
You think this pilot really needs to go back to school?
He needs to go get his P plates. He's still on his olds.
And you hear a grinding noise of the ship dragging along its hull along something.
Mises yells out, adjust the controls 10 degrees to the right. Port, aft.
Yeah, and then you hear the sound of clamps clamping onto the ship.
Clamps.
And then some sort of shaking as the ship starts to lower. By the time it stops lowering, the door opens up and you can see that you're at the bottom of some sort of landing shaft.
Okay.
It goes up at least 200 meters.
Oh. Okay.
So not only is this place off the grid, it's not visible.
When the doors open, is there any kind of distinctive smell at all, or is it just recycled air?
It is recycled air, but it has a sort of odd fumes coming off the shuttle drop pod. As you're all, once everyone disembarks, the lift starts to head back up again.
Okay.
Seems that your escort was to take you in, but they weren't here to stay.
Oh, so they don't come with us.
The pilot doesn't come with you.
But the security guys do?
Security guys do.
Okay. I'll give the pilot a wave. Thanks, buddy.
You get some feeling that they have waved back, but hard to tell. Can't see into the windows.
I'm assuming a positive outcome. I'm a very positive kind of guy.
And you're escorted through corridors that have blast doors. Feels like a sort of thing you'd expect on a space station. Designed to stop breaches or assaults. And
as we're walking, my character's just making idle conversation with anyone who's happy to respond.
What should be the rest of the characters as everyone else is busy watching around, making sure there's nothing else to see before shuffling you through the next section.
Okay. So none of the security guards are interested in talking?
No, they're basically on duty.
Okay.
As you believe their job is to make sure you have no idea where you are until told otherwise.
Yeah. Well, I try 2 or 3 times, and when I have no luck, I'll stop. I'll probably make some snide comment about, I thought they were smarter or something, and able to carry a conversation, something along those lines.
You see one of them does twitch a little bit, trying not to laugh. And you are escorted into a shielded conference room. Looks like it has the buttresses to withstand quite a earthquake or a planetary strike.
Okay. Jesus.
This is definitely a bunker style conference room.
Okay.
Which is not too surprising when you think of Rebel Command is likely to be designed to be hidden or if discovered, attacked, and at least withstand long enough to get the people out. They would never withstand long enough for help to come because, well,
From where?
there is no help.
Yeah.
Each sector's on their own as far as they are concerned.
You got a cell of people and they do what they can do.
Okay, so once you're all seated in the seats, you see Major Laura Mers come in, who you met earlier, and well, also having to wait an hour for her to come in.
Sorry?
Had to wait an hour for her to come in.
Ah. Okay. Well,
Nothing like feeling important and sitting down and only having
Hurry up and wait.
water to drink.
okay, just used to that. Hurry up and wait. But while we're waiting, my character will have one last shot at getting these guys to talk. We're in a room. We're not going anywhere.
He sort of grunts more than says anything.
Fair enough.
She's very non-committal, mainly because you think there are cameras everywhere.
Okay.
You would have a hard time infiltrating this place.
Yeah.
Okay, so as she enters, she looks you over and then says to the escort, I vouch for these people. They are true friends of liberty. Which that the guards do relax a little bit and hand you your weapons that they had confiscated before waking you. And gear.
So no weapons, no gear.
And you see her put QT7 onto the table. Who's chirping away happily. And once he's hooked up into the display system, she closes her eyes with what you can think is one of those long-suffering sighs, and says, "All right, report." And she says, looking towards you.
We were successful. We retrieved the data. We retrieved the encryption code. There was a small snafu of being captured.
We got information on the Imperial Replenishment Fleet, and we got the weapon prototypes.
Okay.
And the base is also destroyed as a bonus.
And we also have all these scientists.
Yes.
So a win-win-win.
Kind of. We did have an interaction with a lightsaber. Someone wielding a lightsaber, I assume.
Did you identify who they are?
Unfortunately, it was too dark. But they and what I assume was someone else running around shooting everybody with a large weapon was one of the reasons why we were able to escape.
Which Ash can pipe up saying, that was him.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, very nice.
Did you see who the lightsaber wielder was?
He was busy at the time and never saw the lightsaber.
I assumed, it being red, that it was
Sith Inquisitor.
the Inquisitor.
Being me and the DM here,
Mm-hmm.
that's the last time I was here, and a certain person picked up a certain thing in a certain lab. Is that linked to this certain lightsaber wielding person?
Well, you never saw anyone pick up a lightsaber.
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, no. Didn't I see somebody?
The GM described it to the player picking it up.
That's what double check. That's why I double check. Okay, cool. No, I know nothing.
Which is why no one knows that they have a lightsaber and that they were using it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
No reason to believe it was a player.
once that happens, she gets QT to finish the decryption of the file.
Did she seem to care that, like,
She makes a report and says, at least you're alive.
Yes.
I guess we'll also share that the anomalies that are on myself and Khalid, that we were experimented upon. We don't know what, but they did something to us.
I'm sure it's what they would call an enhancement. Not sure if it's a great enhancement. Could be worse, she says. Most people who get these end up dead.
So I have to wait and see what the results are.
Well, if you were to die, you would have died by now, she says.
Exactly.
So, QT does report. The information on the file states Priority Flight Plan, Imperial Replenishment Fleet DK-209. Restricted access, access code DV5, command clearance only. Imperial Replenishment Fleet DK-209 ships 3 maintenance carriers, the Far Run Fixer and Quartermain 3, 6 bulk freighters, the Telsor Farsan cargo, 1 cargo 4 Star Banther Holo ship, 2 container ships, Cargo X and Bounty, 1 container train, Black Ice, 5 Lancer class frigates, Lancer 1 to 5, 3 escort frigates, Protector 2, Guardian and Security 1, fleet course via Hyperlane GG734 to Refrac Spaceport for supply transfer and routine maintenance. Black Ice to be loaded with high-grade Starship power cell fuel from Planetary Refinery. Lancers 2 to 4, Guardian and Security 1 scheduled for space dock overhauls before next leg of trip. Overhaul scheduled to be completed with 48 standard hours. Cargo transfer to be completed within 36 standard hours. Imperial Replenishment Fleet DK-209 continues on via Hyperlane GH972 to rendezvous with Assault Fleet EM4 in Kestrel system. And so the Major looks quite excited as she introduces you to the Sector Chief of Supply, Captain Dargan Io. Basically, you've heard of him. He's another quartermaster for the Alliance, managing to throw his weight around to get things for people. Generally against the, he's very good in the black market.
Okay.
Well regarded, even though he steals a lot of shit. And Major Mars looks very excited, which you definitely take to be a bad sign. Every time the Major looks excited, someone ends up volunteering for a dangerous mission. Much like how you got this mission.
Yes, voluntold.
She says, nice job on the infiltration, folks. With the information you picked up, we know that Imperial Replenishment Fleet is stopping at Refrax for resupply and routine maintenance. We've checked our intelligence on the spaceport and made a decision. We're going to hit it. And thanks for volunteering. She says, sticking out her hand.
How nice.
I look at her hand like it's poisonous and go, what do you mean?
Well, you are an expert in retrieval. We need it retrieved.
What retrieve?
Your ship. Just one ship.
Just one?
Yep.
Piece of cake.
It's okay. I'm sure you've got people who can operate large ships.
Okay.
See, piece of cake, she says.
Which ship?
Oh,
It'll be
The Death Star.
the Black Ice.
yeah, damn it, the one carrying all the
Hyperfuel.
Yeah.
Because that's
Yeah,
the
that's
one
the
thing
one.
that the Mandalorians had signed the rest of the group up for. Because that's what they desperately need. They say it has over a million units of fuel on it.
That's a lot.
It is a lot, considering you only need a couple of units of fuel to fuel your normal freighters and starfighters.
Why so much?
Because it's to supply the entire outer rim.
So it's going to be... Yeah. Okay.
And that's when the other quartermaster speaks up and says, as you know, ever since the Imperials hit our refinery in the Char Belt, our local operations has been critically short on fuel, as has many other rebel sectors. We've got barely enough to sustain normal operations, and this exercise is going to seriously deplete our emergency reserves. We need more fuel. The Major injects calmly, "You folks are going to get it for us."
How nice.
Yay, us.
Okay, at which point they bring up a diagram of the ship to give you some idea of what you're up against.
Oh, yay.
So, I don't know if you can see. I will move to that. So you can see the top Star Destroyer here,
Yeah.
and you see that black line at the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
That's the black ice.
Bloody
For
hell.
these guys' view,
Oh, so we're still on a train.
which can literally go forwards and backwards. To give you some idea, the picture on the front of here is literally the black ice.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Get to drive a space train.
You do, and it is a fairly fantastic space train.
So, it's one of those I can tick off my bucket list.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, it's not 1 million metric tons of fuel. It is 1 billion metric tons of fuel.
Holy shit.
That's a lot of fuel.
I had my brain had remembered that there are 9 pods, each have 110, which I thought was 110,000, but it's 110 million in each pod, and each pod is as big as a Star Destroyer roughly.
Yep. And the captain is Boom Boom Crash.
So they have 2 Imperial Spiral class assault vessels. They are needle-like craft specially designed to bore their way through an enemy vessel's shields and straight into the side of the ship.
So they're basically designed to board.
Yeah, they are boarding vessels.
Okay.
They want you to man one of the assault vessels in conjunction with a team that's attacking the other end.
This sounds like a job for my Mandalorian buddies.
So the idea is that you've got to take both bridges around the same time, because the ship can be flown from either end.
So take both bridges at the same time.
Which end has dominance?
Whichever one is currently in control, and they can push a button to switch it to the other one. Which means technically, if the other end's taken before you get to the bridge, the one you attack may be the one that has control and can't give it back.
Okay. So we're doing a train heist. Best I can say is yippee-ki-yay.
You're also introduced to a white team who you told is led by Utos Pokwat, a Alderaanian known for being part of the race circuit along the mountain ranges that are on the edges of the system. Even our Gungan Boom Boom Crash has heard of his name. He was one of those people that were the villain of the piece. Everyone loved to hate them. So you know how everyone just boos someone because
Yeah.
and he won more than he lost, which made him a very good villain.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
the
maybe.
Undertaker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very nice.
Triple H at some point, or
Undertaker.
yeah.
And his second in command is Warumba, a Wookiee, with 2 humans and 2 Mon Calamari team members underneath him. They plan to basically take the ship from their end by any means necessary. As in, they will rend people in from them if they have to.
I mean, they have a Wookiee, so they can do that.
Well, they've got a Wookiee, you've got a Gungan. Seems fair.
Exactly. It's totally the same thing.
Well, since
He sort of runs his plan through you because, well, he considers you the team leader of the other group.
no.
Well, it says you're the highest ranking member. Congratulations, you're team leader. Tap. You can always have one of the others be your tactical advisor, but congratulations, you're team lead.
I was actually going to put forward the idea that I stay behind.
No, he says. I volunteered you for this. I read your report on how you saved all those scientists. You're the perfect man for the job.
You were the one who got us out.
True.
According to you.
I can't argue that.
They would have succeeded without your leadership, he says.
The character's in the back of his head going, I gotta stop doing these things. It just get me into trouble.
Hey, the more successful you are, the harder job you're given.
Yeah. Up to the point of failure.
And he's saying that their team is going to hit the communications level just below the bridge. From there, they will make their way up to the bridge, secure it, and radio the other end to see how your team, known as Black Team, is doing.
I'm assuming that while that's all going on,
He doesn't care how you do your job as long as he doesn't have to get any trouble from it.
I'm assuming that the escort frigates that were mentioned in the report, they'll be dealt with by some of our fleet.
Oh, we have plans.
Are we gonna get our armor and supplies back?
You are getting your full armor and gear. It has been shipped here by some of your friends.
Alright, thank you, True Striker Network.
Because basically, the reason why you've taken on this mission is you've got a better strike force than most of the rebel forces.
Mandalorians are elite troopies.
Yep, so Black Team is expected to not have any problems and deal with any issues that may come up.
I would like to know what their definition of not have any problems are, because we have problems a lot. We just make it work.
Well, their view of problems is team members dying
Oh,
and not achieving the objective. Those two are problems as far as they're
Yeah,
concerned.
we can't afford that.
Well, the good news is, I'm just kidding. I'm not saying that out loud. The player joke is, the good news is I just almost die. There's the difference. That's a player joke, not a character joke.
Yeah, but that only happens when you don't have any armor on.
Which is quite often at this stage.
Okay, so the plan is they're going to drop 100 starfighters and 5 corvettes into the system.
Oh, dude.
Nice.
They're going to deploy their entire arsenal. Because this
Just
is a make or break. If they don't get this fuel shipment, they're not
They're
going. They're not going to make
1
it home.
billion.
Yeah. 1 billion units.
Just one pod is more than they'll need to fuel them for more than 10, 15 years, they say.
That's perfect then.
So they're going to. They're intending to share out the contents amongst all of the rebel cells. Basically, it's too much for them, but they can take it.
Mm. Okay. When was this attack expected to occur?
The attack has to occur in the next 2 days.
Oh wow.
Thought it was going to be like tomorrow morning at dawn.
Yeah. Well,
And most likely tomorrow morning at dawn is the best window. If it's not done in the next day, you have to contend with another 6 Imperial vessels being online.
yeah. Let's not do that.
Alright, let's
So-
do this.
Basically, they have been scrambling madly trying to get stuff done. If you succeed at this, then QT has been authorized to give you the coordinates of the rebel base. As they assign QT7 to Garm as his personal infiltration droid.
Oh, how lovely.
And he goes,
Right.
da da da!
Dun, dun. Okay. Do we have maps? Do we have expected
Okay.
forces? Do we have?
Well, he shows you the schematics he has.
And how likely are these schematics to be accurate?
It says they come from the files you took.
Okay.
So they're likely the most accurate they can be until they change them in a couple days.
So the idea is I will be sending you pictures of the maps to be able to look at up on the website,
Mhm.
which will include a schematic of the actual rear section.
Yep.
So that's the rear section is mainly engines. And the place you have to take is that one.
Okay.
If we had more time,
Then they actually have a blow up of that one, including a floor plan of it.
yeah, my
I
character's-
don't know if saying the word blow up for a chain of fuel cells is the smartest thing. We want to avoid that.
Well, considering they actually
He
show
zoomed in.
the very tiny command center compared to the size of a Millennium Falcon.
Oh, that's cool.
So if I go back a page,
Dude.
so you've got this command center here.
Mhm.
So about the size of one of those windows is the Millennium Falcon in comparison.
That's hilarious. Oh my gosh.
So how do we stop people that are aboard disabling engines and throwing?
We disable them.
He says yes, that would definitely be it. Your job is to remove anyone who may be an impediment to the mission.
Okay.
That's why you've got Mandalorians with you.
Mm.
They shoot first and question later.
Although shooting on a
Yeah.
big fuel.
The fuel, he does not recommend shooting when adjacent to the fuel cells, but as the engine bays are not connected to the fuel cell, you have a lot more
Go to the
chance
left.
to. Yeah. Well, he says just don't hit one of the actual engines themselves.
Yeah. I'm thinking stunners on max might be a good way to go. If we had more time, running through a dry run with the schematics we've got would be preferable, but I don't think we're going to have time.
We
We're gonna have
can.
time, in fact.
Well, you can spend your rest time doing so, as you've had plenty of time to rest up until now. Depends on how much sleep you want to get before the mission.
Well,
I mean, yeah, reasonably, how rested do we feel?
Well, most of you feel like crap because, hey, you've just been brought out of suspended animation with drugs that made you suspend and adrenaline to wake you up, which is a shock to the body. So
Yeah,
each of you
probably
feel as
want
if you're
to get
being
some
kicked
sleep.
by a horse multiple times.
Yeah, we probably want to get some sleep before this mission. So we'll reasonably action plan and then sleep, head out, do.
Get 6 hours sleep and then start the attack.
Okay, so they...
As a suggestion.
Yeah, you've got to be alert and rested, otherwise, yeah, bad things can happen. But again, had we more time, actually running through a dry run on board the ship would have been a good idea. But you can only do what you can do, sadly.
Okay, so luckily your most of their suits have vacuum seals, so that will mean that they won't have to suit up, though they have one for you, just not a Mandalorian set of protective armor.
No.
You're given a basic spacesuit.
Yep, happy for that.
Yeah, painted red.
With extra patches on the off chance I get shot. I know I won't because my Mandalorian buddies are going to look after me, but yeah, just on the off chance.
No, you're the red shirt.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, it took me a while to pick up on that, sadly.
So the ships are designed to have enough space for each of you to carry a knife, blaster pistol, 2 spare ammunition packs and a med pack in the apartments above you, and that the rear holds 2 of the following: 2 weeks emergency rations, up to 4 blaster carbines, an extra ammo pack, 6 med packs, 24 grenades, and QT7. So QT7 takes up one of those things, meaning you can pick. You could fit Ash's blaster, repeating blaster, as the second thing you can fit into the rear supply.
I leave all that weapon stuff to the Mandalorians. I've got a pistol, and that's pretty pointless, but I've got one just on the off chance.
I'm sure as Mandalorians, we find extra space to hide more things.
Well, most of you have armor that can be used to hide stuff, and as bulky as it is, it's less bulky than Garm's gear.
Yeah.
My suit was made by the lowest
Bidder.
Yeah.
And the thing you pick up is the black ice is almost 8 kilometers long.
Do we have comms that'll allow us to speak with our opposite numbers?
Yep, your basic comms will go 50 kilometers.
Also through bulkheads and that sort of thing?
Well, also there will be a big communications dish on each one that you can then direct link to the other side.
Okay.
Plus, if you punch into the computers, you should be able to send messages. And you believe that you will be basically jumping in a vessel that will literally destroy itself, getting you into it. It's a one-use only assault ship. And you hope they don't miss.
Yes.
Because if you hit a fuel cell instead of the rear engines,
Yes.
no one's going home from that battle.
No. But the good thing is that it'll be so quick you'll never know.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Okay, though, giving it a once over, both Brum Brum and Khalid give it a overhaul. It really wasn't well maintained by the rebels. They get to make a mechanics check.
Oh.
4 yellow.
As Khalid generally insists on checking things over before getting into them.
Yeah.
2, 2.
After that.
And so I assume that Carla's just giving me a blue
You'll
Yep.
give you a blue
versus
versus 3 purple.
3 purple.
Well, 2 purple actually.
2 purple. Yes!
Oh, what have we got there? We have apparently successes and strain.
Are all of them dark side? Can't we take one bad one out?
Technically, you could take one bad one out, which would be that one. Which means you got nothing left in there. So, hey, you got a triumph and lots of successes.
Yay.
He does improve the maneuverability of the ship, so will most likely hit its target. And figures out that there was a flaw on the other one as well, and fixes that while you're at it.
They were a single point of failure.
Yep, and if it had have gone badly, one or both of you might have missed your target.
Yep.
And so, as it is 10:30, I believe the assault on the black ice will happen next session. With an
Okay.
entire arrival scene for you to not be able to do anything until boom.
Yeah.
No boom today, boom tomorrow.
Let me guess, and the episode's going to be skating on the ice.
That's terrible.
Or the dangers of black ice. Okay, so did anyone want to add anything into the discussion before we finish the session?
I'm bringing my big gun.
I've got no complaints against that.
I'm assuming you, Mandalorians, etc., are going to split up the 24 grenades between you.
What type of grenades were they? Stun or frag or what?
I'm assuming it'll be a mixture of whatever you want.
Global detonators. No.
Well, it would be 24 grenades in place of Ash's gun.
We want Ash's gun.
So you have to take QT and one other set of things.
Do we have to take QT?
You do. Because he's the only one who can tell you where to go if things go badly.
Go to hell.
QT's good. I'll actually look after QT.
That's all right, mate. I'm more than happy to carry QT.
Well, they don't want the ablative armor wearing QT because, hey, he's important.
What? QT's important or the ablative armor's important?
Yes. I'm all good.
Okay, so I will go to end credits then, and we shall find out what happens next session.